to the stream. Today, I'll be playing some Maplestory, and the time I'm streaming this is a bit unusual because it's on a Wednesday, and as my schedule shows, I do not stream on Wednesdays. Although I did that one time, but only because a chapter came out of my favorite manga. And, well, the reason for today is because, as anyone knows, in UTC time zone for Eastern Standard Time, yesterday, Tuesday, they released the new class in, the summer update. And of course, given that most updates happen Tuesday night these days, I'm just like, you know what, I should just stream on Wednesdays. And because, like, my family's home anyway, like, all week, every week, until who knows when, I was like, you know what, it's not much different as streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so why not do Wednesday stream? This won't happen often. It'll only happen for Maplestory updates that are story-related, or, you know, some new stuff. Like, for example, Reverse City is coming out on July 8th, if I'm correct, which is... Well, actually, it's technically... Let me check the calendar, I'm dumb. It's technically July 7th, because UTC midnight is 8 p.m., I think, 8... What are time zones? I don't know what time zone was, 7 or 8, I forgot. PM Eastern Time. So, yeah. Anyways, as you can see, I'm on my main here. And my throat is, like, annoying. I woke up, like, 3 hours ago. Anyways. I'm on my main here because I have a feeling if I create an Adele character, it would immediately go into the story stuff. And also because story things, I have the sound effects on because of obvious reasons. Except skills. Skills could be pretty loud. And also, basically, like, a code has been able to be redeemed for this chair. If anyone is curious on what it is, I could post it in the chat because someone actually replied to the tweet on Twitter with it. So yeah. So yeah, I have this chair. What is this? Okay. So yeah, I have this chair. And, yeah. Anyways, I am going to create my character and switch the scene as quickly as possible. So, let's do that.
I pledge an oath to my liege in blood. I shall be your blade, courageous and true. I shall strike down corruption and evil without mercy, never yield. I will defend you until I breathe my last. Reinforcements should be here soon. We've got to hold on. Until then, we must guard the gate.
Are we all that's left?
That dream again. Each time I remember less and less. I wonder how much time has passed. Another piece gone. Soon there will be nothing left.
If there's anybody listening, Please save this place.
You've got nowhere to run, you petty thief. Surrender!
You think I'm scared of you? You all call yourselves knights. Yet your only allegiance is to the highest bidder! I'm trying to play it cool. This is the worst scrape I've gotten myself into since founding the Uprising. I've got to think. I can't let them catch me now. My friends are depending on me. I don't see any way out of here. If only I had a mighty knight to save me in times like these. Please, someone, anyone, hear my prayer. Please send a knight to save me, to save this kingdom. Huh?
The gentle breeze feels so soft on my skin. Have I finally been freed from my curse? No. Perhaps this is just a dream. A sweet, beautiful dream. Could all this be an illusion from the void?
A legendary knight. Are you really here to save me? Wow. Your uniform is so cool. I guess the old stories were all true. I can't believe you're really...
Does this man know? This boy? Does he know me? After all this time in the dark, perhaps he can tell me who I am and what's happened to me. Wait. Is he still talking?
Would hear my desperate plea. But enough fawning. You're the knight. Hurry up and save me.
Save you? But I don't even know you. You're not in any of the few memories I have left. Do we know each other?
What are you talking about? You were summoned here because I made a wish at that fountain. Aren't you here to help me save this kingdom? Anyway, maybe now's not the best time to discuss this.
What tricks are you up to now, thief? You're not getting away this time! That person who fell out of the sky, is that his accomplice? Lock them both up!
You do realize they're going to arrest you too, don't you? Aren't you gonna do something? Can't let them catch me. Not like this.
Huh?
You who are beloved by the sword, pull forth your blade. Your calling is to protect the crown.
Pull forth my blade. Protect the crown? But I don't have a sword. Pull forth my blade. What is that supposed to mean? Wait. I remember a battlefield. A sword pulled from the ether. Yes, that's it.
Did you just conjure a sword out of thin air? Wait, don't answer that. There's no time. Now's our chance to run. Follow me.
What are you just laying around for? Go after them!
Okay, we just stopped the voice acting all of a sudden. Okay. He couldn't have gotten far. Search everywhere. Stupid guards. You've done enough. Get lost. Petty thief. What? That's what this man called you. Why not just turn yourself in and pay for your sins? You can't spend the rest of your life running from the law. You don't understand. You haven't heard my side of the story. Anyways, I can't afford to get caught right now. When we get out of this, I'll tell you everything. All I'm asking is for you to trust me until then. I mean, it's not like you want to get arrested with me, right? Those men did seem to think I was his accomplice. Letting them catch me could only lead to trouble. Besides, my memories are all a haze right now. At this rate, I'll never make it in time. I've got places to be. I can't just sit around waiting for them to leave. Guess I'll just have to create a diversion. Diversion? I'll draw their attention away. On the count of 3, let's make a run for it. Our odds of escaping capture are better if we split up. Besides, I've got something urgent to take care of. Well, I suppose. Alright, one distraction coming up. Oh, but first, can we meet back up after we've lost them? There's something important I need to talk to you about. This isn't exactly the best place to chat. We can have a proper introduction when we meet back up. Anyway, come find me at that fountain at the bell's 5th toll. Boy pulls out a coin and tosses it toward the guard. The coin hits the ground and rolls slowly forward before running into the guard's foot. Ah, he's over there! Until next we meet, my legendary knight. 1, 2, 3! I suppose I have no choice but to run as well. Oh. Knew that was gonna happen! The notifications were gonna be so loud. Okay, I have to adjust everything real quick. Oh dear. Care, keys. Shoot, where did I have the keys before? B, N, M, this comma, this. So, are you kidding? 8, 9. Okay. And yes, my totally creative character name was kind of a random thing I came up with last second. So, it's not that creative. Not really last second, I just guessed, I just created it right off the bat. So it's like, yeah. Anyways, let's remove these, because we don't need these. Especially since I hate when I accidentally press the wrong button for this stuff. Okay, does she have her skills yet? I'm not gonna switch character. No, she doesn't. Oh, I think she's about to. What's this? Why is someone catching goldies and bronzies? Okay. Okay. It should be far enough away. Well, what a strange turn of events. What was all that about? And where is this place? I remember hearing a voice coming from the sculpture in the fountain. It seemed to know things about me. Maybe you should try and remember what it was saying? The veil shrouding your memories will soon be pulled aside. But alongside this revelation will come hardship. I love how the text just disappears like that. I feel as though a hidden well of strength has emerged from the depths of my soul. Could that voice be responsible? Okay, we know the tutorial stuff. Still, I feel much weaker than I should be. Is it because I was trapped in the void for so long? It may take quite a while before I fully recovered. What's this in my pocket? I bet this will be of great use in battle. Okay, basically a bunch of tutorial stuff. As you know, I played this game since 2009, so I obviously know what to do. Why are all the tabs? I don't really need these right now. And I don't really use potions considering the defense I have. Creates a sword from magic that slashes in front of you. Here's blast jump. Put that there. Creates a magical shard that hunts down an enemy. I don't know what this is. Whenever a new class comes out in KMS, which is later, like, in global Maplestory, I never read the skills, because why would I want to read the skills? And stuff. Hold on, what? Okay. Okay. If they haven't found me by now, it should be safe to move about. At least as soon as I've found my bearings. So much has happened. All at once. I feel dizzy. I was trapped in the darkness of the void for so long. I can hardly recall anything except glimpses of a battle. I was supposed to protect someone, but who? I remember raising my blade and being splattered with Flora blood. I also recall feeling helpless, unable to spread the red wings that are my people's birthright. I wonder, just what has happened to me? And now I find myself in an unfamiliar city, my memories scattered, swept up in the schemes of some petty thief. I should just walk away. But that boy, he seemed to know me. It will be hours before we're supposed to meet up. I need answers now. I saw which way the boy went. Perhaps I should go after him. Okay. I know the house was somewhere around here. There, that's the place. Huh. Things didn't go exactly as planned, but it was a productive day. Okay, the text just went automatic. I even met a legendary knight. I'm closer to fulfilling my vision than ever before. Wah! That fool. I suppose I had no choice but to save him. That was a close one. I thought I was dead. I can't believe a rope just fell out of the sky. Just in denying it, I was born lucky. He skillfully picks the lock on the windows and climbs inside. Faint rustling can be heard from inside. So he came to this house to rob it. Then he is a... then he is little more than a petty thief after all. He was probably lying about recognizing me too. Best to cut ties now before getting any further involved. Another successful mission. We're one step closer to creating a more just Restonia. So you are the petty thief they claim. Okay, why is there oh, right, this. Okay, it's just return scrolls. I guess I get free ones because, like, you know, people forget, and then, yeah. Let me go. Oh, right! Shoot, did I mess up something? Give me a second. I'm realizing stuff. Where's the... I could have started that like ages ago, but apparently I didn't. Okay, I know about all this stuff. Thankfully we don't get EXP. Oh wait, I technically did. Doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. So basically, just level up character. Also want to get this, so I have to level my level this character to 200 in. I had to get to level 200 by July 21st. Be kidding. Right? Yeah, I could probably join my own guild. I'll do that later. It doesn't really matter since, you know, whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it right now. We'll do it later after the story stuff is finished. For the first 30 levels. Okay. Intense questioning. Ah, it's you. We were supposed to meet up in town square later. Did you follow me here? And I wasn't stealing anything. I'm not a thief. I'm just here to return something that was unjustly taken to its proper owner. I honestly don't care what you are. Just tell me everything you know about me. Oh my goodness! Our family heirloom! Look, I know how this looks, but I'm telling you, I'm not a thief. Someone's returned her stolen heirloom. I don't know who did this, but thank you. Thank you so much. Stolen family heirloom? Yes, their family heirloom was stolen by corrupt nobles. Now do you believe me? Just conveniently standing out this person's house now. I told you I had something important to discuss with you when we met, right? I wanted to ask you to serve as my knight. Your knight? Yes, a knight to protect me from harm during my ongoing mission to return what was stolen from the people. To return the rule of justice to Restonia. And one day, I'll... Anyways, in order to make my dream a reality, I'll require the services of an exceptional knight, because I'm going up against the entire noble class of this kingdom. I don't have time to get involved in other people's business. I must discover who I am and why I ended up here. You mean you've lost your memories? More or less. In that case, I'll do my best to help you. But if you're going to recover your memories, you're going to have to travel around the city looking for clues, right? So why not do some good in the meantime and help me drive out the corrupt nobles who are bleeding the city dry? It's been almost 10 years since the nobles took over. When the king passed away and the royal family collapsed, they swooped in to fill the power vacuum. They've been in charge ever since. They've lived in opulence while exploiting the people of the city to the edge of ruin. They've levied higher and higher taxes while stashing wages and protections for the laborers who serve their businesses. The people are desperate. But you can change all that. Your skill with the sword is unparalleled. You must be the legendary knight I've been praying for. Legendary knight? As the story goes, it was the legendary knights who legitimized the king's claim to power. Without their might, he was just a man. It was a pretty famous tale around here. I'll tell you more about it later. For now, why don't we stop by the fountain? It's on the way back to our hideout. Okay. I haven't agreed to anything. Do you think that if you just keep making requests, I'll do as you ask? Nah, that depends. Is it working? Seriously, I'll make it worth your while. I do have money, enough to hire a knight even of your caliber. You're ridiculous. So that's a yes, right? I mean, what else have you got going on? Why don't you tell me about yourself on the way there? Oh, since we're going back there, we should probably disguise ourselves so we don't get caught.
And that's as much as I can remember. A battle against other flora. Fighting alongside my fellow knights. It all seems a lifetime ago.
That's it? Nothing else? I'll make some inquiries. I have some friends who are masters of investigation.
It's a better plan than interrogating strangers in the streets.
Hey, you still awake over there?
Huh?
Everything okay? You've been pretty quiet for a while.
It's nothing.
Anyways, while you're helping me with my mission, I'll do whatever I can to help you recover your memories. That's a fair trade, right?
I will assist you, but only until I recover my memories.
Are you really so cold? You have the power to save this whole kingdom. Oh, that's right. I've been meaning to give you this. It's seen a bit of wear over the years, but it's a family heirloom. Consider it collateral for your help. It's a knight's token. If you decide you can't trust me, then sell it. It'll fetch you a handsome sum.
The pendant's lost its luster over the years, but it seems like a priceless artifact. Very well.
Say, I just realized I never asked you your name. I'll have to call you something if I'm going to appoint you my knight. What is your name?
Adelaide.
Adelaide. That's a really cool name. But it's a bit long to shout out in the middle of an emergency. I know. I'll call you Adele.
You most certainly will not.
Lighten up a little. Adele's a great name. Besides, you can use my nickname too. My name's also kinda long, so my friends just call me Jerome. You can too.
You're awfully talkative.
And you're pretty reserved. Oh, this is it! The perfect moment for a pledge between a lord and his knight. Okay then. I swear upon this, the fountain that brought us together, that I'll only use your power for the noble purpose of saving this kingdom!
Well, I've already accepted his knight's token as collateral. I suppose there's no harm in letting this play out until I've learned my way around the kingdom. Unless I ended up here, of all places, entirely by coincidence. There must be some trace of my past here.
I guess that officially makes you my knight. I look forward to working with you. Now, allow me to be the first to officially welcome you to Restonia, Grandis's capital of art and culture. Let's work together to save the kingdom! The guards should have had their shift changed by now. We shouldn't need to disguise ourselves anymore. Here, I'll take the robes back.
For some reason, that fountain got really loud. But okay. Guess we're just leveling up along the way. Let's see. Let's get some points. Okay. Okay. An unassuming hideout. Alright. Next stop, the Uprising's hideout. The way there is through the back alleys. There's one hitch. The way isn't exactly what you call safe. You'd better take out... Okay, to clear a path. They've gotten a bit feral from hunger. Be careful, okay? Okay, so... I'm not saying it out loud. Okay. Okay, obviously a flash jump. Random NPCs still look identical. Okay, so that's our way out. Oh my god. I've been playing ESO more than Maplestory, so I'm thinking the map button for world map is M, not W. A little bit. Okay, so yeah. Obviously, this is a new area in Grandis. And, to be fair, I don't really care if it's a spoiler. Grandis and Maple World are one and the same. Although I think timeline-wise, this is before the merging. The barrier is gone or something. I don't know. Can I listen? No. I like how this reminds us that the Maplestory characters, the Maplestory like player, is really small, just by default, even though they're not that small. Okay. Oh my god, this is terrible. There are many reasons why I don't keep the sound effects on. I know I'll probably have cutted it out of the VOD, but obviously, Adele here, interesting that it's only a shortened version of her name, and her real name is, her full name is different. But, yeah, as you can tell, she's a high flora, just like Ark. In general, is a flora. What's this? Lost damage, percent. Increase damage by 1% up to 4% for each party member, including yourself, on the same map. You'll be considered to be in your own party if you're not in party. Ooh, interesting. I don't know, I'm gonna like switch out. Okay, basically this character I have with this link skill, I'm actually gonna delete them at some point. So, because it's a really old character. So I will probably replace the link skill with this one here. Wait, is it okay? It's only 2 levels. Let's go to a place where it's an empty platform. What is this? Okay, never mind. I think the path to the hideout should be clear now. Ready to move out? Yeah. It's not much, but the view is pretty good. I was going to offer you a hand up. That's not necessary. Right. Hey, Jerome. Whoa, who's that intimidating looking warrior? As of today, my new knight. Wow, nice to meet you. It's going to be nice having somebody so tough on the team. Anyways, I just wrapped up my route. I'll be starting a new one tomorrow. Good work today. I'll see you tomorrow. When we're done, the whole kingdom will know of the Count's evil. Yeah, about that. Jerome, it seems somebody's been tearing down our flyers. Also, security's been beefed up at the Count's place. We've got to be careful going forward. Don't worry, I have a legendary knight by my side. These revolutionaries have gathered here voluntarily for the good of the kingdom. Together we punish the nobility and aid the people they've exploited. Is he serious? He's never going to change the kingdom with such a small ragtag militia. Well, to be fair, can't be helped. Next level. Let's max this out. Okay, Jerome's big plan. Now, I'll fill you in on the plan. There's a lot to go through, so let me know when you're ready. So tell me about this plan of yours. My ultimate goal is to become the king of Estonia. When I'm done, the city will be a wonderful place to live, just as it once was. That's quite the dream you've got. To achieve this, I intend to eliminate the nobles whose greed is destroying the kingdom and tyrannizing its people. Our main target is Count Cedric. I don't want to say that name out loud, just because of obvious reasons in my house. Before the royal family collapsed, Cedric was low-ranking royalty, but now he's the most powerful of the nobles. He doesn't care about the people of Estonia in the slightest. All that matters to him is indulging in his lavish lifestyle. Even at a time when the kingdom is in economic upheaval and the people are struggling to make ends meet. Look out! Boo! What the heck is that thing? Boo! You're back! You were gone for so long I was starting to get worried. You can't just disappear without saying anything like that, Boo. Boo? Oh, this is Boo, my partner in justice. He possesses a unique ability to transform into different kinds of objects. Boo, transform into a hat for me. Boo! He also possesses the unique ability of doing whatever he wants. In any case, you'll quickly see that he's very helpful to have around. This little guy's done a lot for me. Boo, this is Adele. I hope you two get along. Boo! With Boo returning and you joining our quest, I think it's only fitting we raise a glass to our new enterprise. Boo! Boo! I'd rather not make a fuss. Hey, don't be such a sad shroom. We should enjoy ourselves today. Starting tomorrow, all our time will be devoted toward investigating the Count. We gotta celebrate the little victories while we can. I'll pass. It's getting late. This partnership is off to a rocky start. God. Why did they make this thing so automatic? It makes it hard to read. Meanwhile...
Oh, heavens. Why do you torment me?
Why?
Is it because I'm far too beautiful for this world that you would have me leave it before my time? Very well. Then I'll gladly join the stars that dazzle the night sky. I was born a radiant flower, but my life was but a parched desert.
Are you nearly finished with this little performance of yours? As I've told you, there's much to be done.
Those trivial matters don't suit me. I trust you to take care of them on your own.
Yes, I've taken care of the trivial matters by staying up all night. I'm afraid this particular matter can only be addressed by you personally, Mr. Cedric. I need your signature on this document.
I'm so sick and tired of this.
By the by, I've searched at great lengths to find the paintings you've been looking for, and I'm happy to report I've managed to acquire 3 of the pieces. However, I'm afraid the whereabouts of the rest will be much more difficult to track down.
Then I suppose I'll have no choice but to wait. But we must find all of them. Whatever it takes. You're up to the challenge, aren't you, Simon?
Of course, Mr. Cedric.
You are, without a doubt, my most competent servant. What now?
Forgive the intrusion. We have urgent news for the Count. While chasing down a petty thief, our men encountered a very suspicious individual in the town square. In a sudden flash of light, they struck down a handful of our guards. It was as though their sword was dancing through the air. In any case, this individual is clearly incredibly skilled.
A dancing sword?
There's something else. They were wearing some kind of knight's uniform, but certainly not one from our kingdom. I have to say, the way they wielded the sword was beautiful. We were absolutely mesmerized.
And where are they now, this mystery knight?
Well, I'm very sorry, sir. It was a very close chase, but they managed to get away.
All right. You may go. A master swordsman suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Who else could they be but the legendary knight I've been dreaming of? Simon, look into this knight for me. Report back as soon as you've learned anything.
Yes, sir.
I finally found them. A knight befitting my greatness. Soon, oh so very soon, I will have a new guardian and protector. Oh, gallant knight, why have you only now revealed yourself? This long wait you've put me through, was it a test?
There he goes again. I really ought to quit this job.
Okay, the next day. It seemed like you were sitting in that same spot all through the night. Did you get any sleep? It is the position I am most comfortable sleeping in. Okay. What is that strange device? Is it used to conjure spells? Or perhaps it's a weapon of some sort. I'd better investigate. Adele! Stand back. It could be an explosive. How someone reacts to, like, something modern and be like, what is this? What is this monstrosity? Huh? Adele, that's just an instrument. You use it to play music. Have you really never seen one before? An instrument? Boo! Oh my god, amazing. Okay, let's see. A random potion. Okay. An unfamiliar kingdom. Well, I guess you've got to do more adjusting to modern life than I thought. Don't worry. Help me carry out my missions, and you'll be acclimated in no time. But maybe running into these musicians is an opportunity in disguise. They might be able to provide some news about... There is no way I'm gonna say the Count's name without making it so awkward for me in my own house. I'll probably just call him the Count, just for the sake of my situation right now. You hope to gain information from street performers? In Restonia, it's said that if you want to hear the latest gossip, you need only listen to the music on the streets. Perhaps we can learn something useful about the Count by listening to them play. It seems like they've finished setting up, but they're not playing anything. I wonder what's wrong. Okay, slowly approaches street musicians and stand just within earshot. After you start the conversation, he returns. It seems like they've lost their motivation because they haven't been getting any tips. Not surprising, since the people walking the streets have been taxed dry. A few silver should put them in a more musical mood, but I'm afraid my own pockets are empty too. I suppose we'll have to scrounge up some coin nearby to tip them with. Okay. Okay, the enemies love to pick up shiny objects they find on the streets. We should be able to... Okay, get 5 coins. I'll be back. Wait here. You'll need someone to show you the way. I'll come with you. I think I can manage to find my way there on my own. After all, I'm not the sort of person who stumbles while climbing up a wall. What? You saw all that? Who? Yes, the whole embarrassing affair. I'll be back. Amazing. Also, another thing about it, like, yeah, I guess it's safe to say that obviously this would, like, the voice acting is dubbed from home, because I guess it's safe to say, because I doubt they had, like, you know, like, they even, like, had things ready for, by this update anyway. Like, I mean, like, months in advance, not like, yeah. But also, at the same time, I'm like, I swear, what? Who are the voice actors? Because at least, like, a couple of them sound familiar, but Then again, some other voice actors sound similar, and I don't want to assume who it is. So I bet some of them will be saying their roles soon. Or they have, and I haven't seen the tweets, but then again, I really don't know. Also, I'm saying this in the perspective of, I follow a lot of voice actors. Well, not too many yet. I'm slowly following more as time goes on, but of course, there's some, like, new names in the mix that I've only started hearing, like, these days, so it's like, basically, I could get confused, I suppose. But I feel like this time around, I think I recognize some of the voice actors, so I hope I have, like, I know, like, what's the best way to put it? Well, I hope they said something about it because I want to know who the voice actors are. Hey, people just buying surprise style boxes. The gotcha system of the game. You're already back? You're pretty fast, Adele. I'm lucky to have you as my knight. Okay. Into a tip jar beside musicians and their faces light up. It looks like they're about to start playing. Boo! Boo! A street musician's song. A city of culture doomed to decay. Oh, poor sweet Restonia. Where is the one who'll to rescue this place? Not at the home of the Count, His lordship fusses over arts festivals, while his people toil just for bread. Pray send us a hero to save us this pain. Oh, poor sweet Restonia. Arts Festival? The Royal Arts Festival is an event where artworks from all across Grandis are exhibited. It's a practice that goes back long before I was born, and is hosted by the kingdom every autumn. And of course, the highlight of the entire festival is the artwork presented by Restonia's royal family. Over the years, the festival has had an immense impact on the artistic world of Grandis. However, with the royal family gone and the Count in power, he's the one in charge of the festival. He's sparing no expense for a grand celebration while the kingdom collapses around him. But why? Is he just trying to show off, or does he have some ulterior motive for hosting the festival? I guess we could get this. That's a lot of points given. I think that's all we're going to learn from gossip about the nobility. We should pursue other sources of intelligence. Adele, do you happen to know what newspapers are? Well, they're basically bundles of paper documents about this big... They're distributed throughout the kingdom, and they chronicle all the latest happenings to keep the people informed. I understand what he's saying, but I think I'll let him keep going. His flustered gesticulations are quite entertaining. Wow. So, does all that make sense? Did I say something funny? So you're saying these newspapers should provide us insight into the Count's dealings? Don't try to change the subject. What were you laughing at? I just had a tickle in my throat. Okay, whatever. Whatever the reason, it's nice to hear you laugh. Now back to business. So, like I explained, let's see what we can learn from the local newspapers. I'd like you to gather several issues of the Restonian Dispatch for us. Okay, You should be able to acquire issues of it from... Okay, Street 4. Okay, 5 copies should be enough. Also, what is this? Oh, wait, when did this start? It started several days ago and I didn't even realize it. I'm terrible at this. 80. Oh, dear. I'm gonna do something real quick. Days. No, I got plenty of time. Okay. I wanted to make sure it's like, oh, don't tell me they started this late. No, I didn't. 20 days, and obviously this is about like how many days? Okay, give me a second, guys. I need to do math. Okay, this one has 30 days. There's 9 days until the next chapter from my favorite manga, and so I would be done by the 14th. Okay, so roughly, I think. Oh, right. Actually get this. Okay, anyways. So we have to get newspapers. Oh yeah, in terms of story stuff, speaking of the flora, yeah, in the Cernium stuff, we learned that Aaron is wait, is that his technical name? Yeah, is Starmore. However, what he said before like that was revealed is actually a bit interesting. Like, what does it all mean? We don't know. Oh, I just realized I unmuted skills, but it's skill that's the voices. Oops. That's what I meant. I was like wondering why it's so quiet, no voices or something, maybe? Okay, she does have voice, okay. Okay, let's not level up too quickly now, because apparently I don't want to play on Reboot because of that. Well, I mean, I'm playing on Scania, obviously, as you guys could see from my title and stuff. That and, obviously looking at my character is, like, obviously result in Scania for the rankings, so... Anyways, I'm distracted. Okay, hand over the newspapers, leaves through them all carefully before speaking. It's all unflinchingly positive propaganda for the Count. They don't mention a single thing he's done wrong. I guess we can't trust the news writers when they know where their bread is buttered. Boo! Boo! Still, I did find something interesting. Adele, did you see this? Seeking old painting. Artist unknown. Year unknown. Identifying traits. Gold markings on back side. Payment 100 Restonian guilders. For inquiries, send post to 1156 Harold's Way in Restonia. This ad stood out to me. The author doesn't disclose their identity, and the way they describe the painting is quite unusual. They only describe the back side of the painting. It'd be reasonable to assume that means they don't know what the front of the painting looks like. Who in their right mind would pay this much for a painting when they don't even know what it looks like? And that's not all. The address that's written on the ad belongs to counciled residents. The general public wouldn't be able to trace this back to him. Hiding his identity to purchase a painting. It's not the sort of thing someone in his position should feel the need to cover up. Something is fishy about this. Sorry if that's loud. It can't be helped because you have to hear the voice acting. Terribly unfamiliar kingdom. Let me get water first. I have some acquaintances who might know more about this painting. I'll have to reach out to them. In the meantime, why don't you explore the city? I'll see you at the hideout later then. Let's meet back up at the bell's 5th toll. Boo, please show Adele around. Boo! Boo? Okay. Oh my god, did they even voice this? That's cute.
Are you trying to tell me you want me to follow you?
Oh, that's cute.
Boo, we've got to be back soon. Boo, wait! Where are you going?
What? The jerk just tore down a flyer criticizing the Count! Hold it right there, buddy! What do you think you're doing?
Blast! I've been spotted! My name is Cedric, Count of Ristonia. I possess both beauty and power unparalleled by any in the land. I am the greatest man in the kingdom.
And suddenly, monologue. Why?
So why, you may ask, am I being chased by dirty hoodlums in the street?
Hey, you! Why did you tear down that flyer? Are you one of the Count's bootlickers?
The reason I'm reviled, the reason they mock me, no matter how I look at it, there's only one explanation. They are simply jealous of my extraordinary beauty.
No one cares about that. Ooh.
They say the world lays its greatest troubles upon those most capable. Well, I've overcome countless obstacles, and yet, still I must bear the pain of their toxic envy. Those not possessed of wealth, fame, or beauty, they always seem to come up with reasons to criticize me.
How could you support such a greedy, heartless tyrant? Has Count been fattening you up with his table scraps? Afraid to show your face, eh? Take off that hood!
Where did Boo go?
Get away!
What's going on over there?
Who are you? Are you working together?
Okay, this is gonna be awkward in like a few minutes.
Grab them both!
I don't know what's going on, but I have no intent of getting caught up in another chase. Perhaps I can scare these men off with a few strokes of my blade.
A dancing sword? Could it be? You're the legendary knight! You came to save me? Oh, I've been waiting for this day for so long! But how did you know I was in trouble?
Huh? Oh, is it already time? I'm going to be late.
Wait! You must at least tell me your name! After so much waiting, I finally met my legendary knight.
I like how we just don't say our names.
There you are. How many times must I warn you not to leave the house alone, sir? Did you come to look at the flyers again?
I can't help but care.
They're printing drivel about me.
At the very least, please let me accompany you next time, all right? Thanks to you, there is no end to my work, Mr. Cedric.
All right, all right. I'll do as you say. For a legendary knight, you're surprisingly shy. I won't let you run away next time.
Boo, there you are. Adele, you're back. Boo, boo. Oh, is this your night? You're really coming up in the world, boss. Boss? Oh, okay. An interesting situation happened. Okay. Also, I feel like at this point I can definitely say I think that one guy's voice actor sounds just like this person, although he hasn't said anything on Twitter, so I don't want to, like, assume it's him just in case. Okay. Brooke and Laddie. This is Brooke and Laddie. They help me with my work from time to time. I've asked them not to, but they insist on calling me boss. Aw, somebody's feeling shy. Don't be so modest. You're a genuine hero, boss. Your only flaw is that you keep insisting you'll somehow become king. Long live the king of Estonia. Guys, come on. Wonderful! The lunatics are multiplying. Anyway, this is Brooke and Laddie. They deal in all kinds of difficult to acquire goods. I brought them here in hopes they might know something about that painting. I also asked them to look into what you told me about your past. It seems the events you described could only be the Flora Civil War, which happened a very long time ago. I'm afraid it may take some time to learn more. We'll have to comb through a bunch of dusty old manuscripts. Oh, and they did learn something about that painting the Count's looking for. Do you want to hear about it? Okay. Brooke and Laddie will fill you in on the details. Just talk to Brooke when you're ready to listen. I think it's pronounced Brooke, but who cares? I don't care anymore. It's an honor to meet an honest-to-goodness legendary knight. The boss must be pretty amazing to have you in his service. But that's enough small talk. Let's get to business. When you hear what we found, you're gonna flip. Laddie, lay it on them. Excuse me? Right, so I asked around about the boss's painting. A few hours later, I got word from a buddy of mine that he knows the location of a painting just like that. The painting's being stored in the basement of an antique store. But what's more, we found the way in. They intend for us to break into the store? Must we really stoop to criminal acts for the good of the kingdom? There's just one hitch. You've got to go check it out tonight. The painting's scheduled for sale tomorrow morning. And that's that. Well, we'll be off now. Best of luck, boss. And don't you worry, your royal knightship. We'll keep digging into your past. Just sit tight. And the loud level up. See why I kind of mute the level up, like, sound effect stuff? It's because it's so loud. Okay, water. Into storage. There's an eccentric bunch. I mean, they're an eccentric bunch, but they're good people. I know some of this may not sit right with you, but everything we're doing is to save the kingdom. If there was another way, I'd take it. But we've got to keep all our options on the table. If I failed in my mission because I wasn't willing to do everything I had to, I'd never be able to forgive myself. I'll do whatever it takes to return the kingdom to the way it used to be. But I understand if you don't feel the same way. So will you come with me? Sure. The desire to protect something at any cost. I don't know why, but it speaks to me. I'll go with you. I'm really happy to hear that. Boo. Boo, you'll come with us too. Oh, you'll come with us too? That's great news. Let's head to that antique shop Brooke and Laddie told us about. We'll see just what's so special about this painting to count this after. They said this ladder should lead to the basement. We'll climb down one at a time. Boo and I will go in first. I can't see a thing down here. Boo, could you transform into a lamp or something? Boo, boo! Oh, wow. Good boy. Wow, we're in the basement. And also, as I said, like, I don't really look too much into the classes that release in Canvas because I'd rather just see it firsthand in, global Maplestory. And, I feel like I'm already guessing on something because of cues, being very obvious and stuff. Anyways, the hidden painting. The basement is filled with all manners of artworks, including several paintings. One particular canvas stands out due to the unique design on its backside. Oh, there's gold markings on the back, but is this really what the Count's looking for? I can't even call this a whole painting. It's all torn up. Indeed, the edges of the canvas are all awkwardly torn, as though it was ripped by hand from a larger work. A torn painting? But why keep it if it's ruined? Maybe someone intended to reunite this with the rest of the original work in order to see what was painted on it? This must be why the Count's ad didn't mention anything about what was on the front of the painting. He may not even know. That's enough investigating for today. It seems to learn more we'll have to let the Count reassemble the painting. In the meantime, I'll place this tracking device on the back of the canvas. This little device will tell us the painting's location, wherever it ends up. Alright, Adele, Boo, let's get a move on. Now that we've finished inspecting the painting, I'll put it back in its frame. Yes, it's really dusty and... Okay, I sneezed. Oh. Boo! It looks like this fell down when Jerome tripped. It looks oddly familiar. An old iron sword. It reminds me of my practice sword. I dimly recall sparring with someone in my youth. Ooh. Emery? Again, faster. Never lower your guard. Aim for their vital points. The practice sword clattered to the ground. The child lay beside it, her eyes wet with tears. I reach out my hand to her. Here, get up. Young lady, the sword instructor called out. Have you forgotten? You mustn't show empathy for your opponent. Focus on the blade. The child got up on her own. She glared at me through the tears in her eyes. Don't be such a show-off. There was venom in her words. But speaking them seemed to hurt her more than me. Adele. Adele. Adele! Wake up! Adele, are you awake? What happened? Why are you clutching that old sword so tight? No? Tell Jerome the memory evoked by the Iron Sword. See, you don't look very well. Let's hurry back to the hideout. Here, you can lean on me. Ew! A few days later. No like browsing that antique shop or visiting the Royal Archives. At this rate, we're going to end up inspecting every antique and relic in the kingdom. Ever since coming into contact with that iron sword, I've sensed a similar energy lies somewhere close by. Another object that might rekindle my forgotten memories. I'm certain it's somewhere in this kingdom. Wait a second. There's one place we haven't checked yet. Really? Where? The Count's residence. He has a very extravagant lifestyle. His home must be full of collectibles and artifacts. Although, I can't say for sure they'll be old enough to be relevant. But at this point, that's the only place left I can think to look. Besides, we've been looking for a way to drive the Count out, and there's no better place to find it. Oh wow, it's getting late. Let's head back to the hideout. The guys are probably waiting for us. Welcome back, boss. We just finished looking into what you asked about. Recalling greatness skill. Oh, so yeah, that's it. So like 9 memories. You recognize your true past and potential as you recover your lost memories. And that makes it stronger. Okay. Let me get my throat some rest. Because, you know, I've been reading a lot. Okay. Historic mansion. So we learned a lot during our investigation, but I'm not sure where to start. I know. Boss, why don't you decide? Oh, Adele, which topic do you want to discuss first? It doesn't really matter. Let's just click it. Okay, the tracking device's location. So we pinged that tracker you put on the painting, and it seems to be located somewhere inside the Count's residence. Oh, right. And all the strange ads searching for paintings have vanished from the local papers. It seems the Count found all of the pieces he was after. Well, that's one more reason to infiltrate the Count's residence. Good to know. Okay. Okay. Cut my throat. Everyone knows the Count's residence used to be an outbuilding of the royal palace. They say the king used to store all his cherished artworks, sculptures, and other baubles there. And this might just be a rumor, but apparently the king constructed a secret treasure vault somewhere inside a residence. Who knows what kind of valuables could be waiting inside? And also my throat's kind of hurting because for some reason for the past few days I've been waking up with my throat being weird, and I don't know why. And also I've been talking a lot, so yeah. There's a not-so-secret passage located on the west side of town square, and that's supposed to lead to the residence, but nobody's ever been able to get it open. Okay. Don't have questions. Alright, I have an idea of how we're going to infiltrate the Count's residence. Give me a minute to think. Okay. Okay, for a little bit, I'm gonna take a short break and return in maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's keep going. Breaking and entering 1. Let's plan on entering through the secret passageway that Brooke mentioned. As tight as security is at the residence right now, I don't see us getting in any other way without raising an alarm. The passageway is said to be connected to a manhole near the square, but no one's ever managed to get it open. Are you sure about this? If no one's ever made it through the secret passage, that's all the more reason to try it. The Count and his guards will never expect it. Adele, Boo, and I will infiltrate the residence. I have a special assignment for Brooke and Laddie. Trio murmured excitedly amongst themselves for a time, finally nodding in agreement. For all his childish behavior, it seems there are things Jerome does take seriously. Leave it to us. You got it, boss. We'd better get going before they move the painting somewhere else. Adele, Boo, are you both ready to go? Great! Let's head to the square. Wake up, Boo. It's time to go. Boo, Boo? Oh, boy. Okay. You try with all your might to lift the manhole cover, but it doesn't budge an inch. It must open by some other mechanism. Oh wait, there's something inscribed here. Could it be some kind of passphrase? The knights pledge to their liege their final breath. Only at that last gasp is their watch ended. Only thence are they carried beyond by the waters of dusk. It sounds like a riddle. Nights, water, dusk. Could it be talking about the fountain with the knight's statue? It turns on at the same time every day. But if that's the case, we've already missed it. A passage that only opens at a specific time? Unlikely. Below the inscription, there's a raised illustration of the female knight from the fountain. It almost looks as though her spirit could be rotated, like the hands on a clock. What if I turned it toward dusk? Whoa! The hatch popped open! I don't know how you figured it out, Adele, but you're amazing! Woo! So this is the secret path that leads to the residence, huh? I'm intrigued. Let's climb down. I'll go first. would such a filthy passage like this really lead to the Count's residence? Boo? It has to. Why else the riddle? Besides, the scanner says we're getting closer to the tracking device. Oh, look! Another passage! The path upward is covered with moss. It could be a slippery climb. I can't even see the top. Seems like a long way to fall. Okay. Breaking and entering 2. The way forward may be perilous. Stay here. I'll climb up first and let down a rope. Can I come with you? The terms of our contract may be short, but as long as I am your knight, it's my duty to protect you. Shouldn't be so hard. Climb the wall, let down a rope, and don't slip on the moss. Literally, don't touch the moss. No! Dang it. I messed up. How did I touch? Okay. Hitbox must be so ridiculous if I was somehow able to touch. There you go. You uncoil a rope from your pack and lower it down the passage. Okay, climb this way to the top. That was a long climb. But now where do we go? Oh, over there! Another path! Ooh! Okay. What? This place is full of monsters! I think we can avoid them if we go this way. This corridor was clearly in use once upon a time, but it seems long forgotten now. No one's been through here in years besides us and the monsters. But where exactly are we? Based on the strength of the tracking signal, I think we're right below the residence. These secret passages must have been built before the royal family and their servants long ago. Their entrance to the residence must be somewhere around here, right? But I don't see a way out of here. Could it be that my scanner is broken? Or, wait, those brambles over there seem to be covering doors. I clear them out. I could cut them down with my blade, but Jerome might be injured by the flying debris. There must be a safer method. Breaking and entering 3. I can tell Jerome about the hidden doors and suggest starting a fire to burn away the blockage. I'll go acquire a source of ignition. It shouldn't be long. Wait here. This place gives me the creeps. Please hurry back, Adele. Woo! If something happens, just shout. Okay, the monsters. How can he be so bold in some situations and such a child in others? I'll never understand that boy. Can there be more voice acting so I don't have to read? I just realized there's like a little effect if you notice her double jump. I could do that too. I'm gonna look at the equipment. Like, uniform. Trace blade binder. Okay, patience. Thanks, booze. Oh, that's level 30. Never mind. Stir the flames out of brambles and they instantly catch fire. In seconds, they are reduced to ash, revealing the 3 doors that stood behind them. Which of these 3 doors do you think leads to the residence? I honestly don't know. Oh, they're just gonna do it for us. Oh, the middle door is locked. Looks like there are not 1, but 2 keyholes. I just realized the doors have like little tiny different details. Let's try the other 2 doors first. So it's not like completely copy and paste. Oh, right. But what is this? Okay. The first door. But which one should we start with? I have a good feeling about the door to the left. There's a bunch of old chests in here. It'd be great if the keys for that other door were in one. But maybe we'll find an artifact that will trigger one of your memories. Well, my intuition isn't always right. Look out! Ew! Thanks for the warning. What's this? Oh, that's a nice skill. I think that's the last of them. Wait a second. There's something else at the bottom of the chest. It's a key. It must have been hiding under that pile of bats. Do you think this is really for the door? Then maybe the second key is in the room to the right. Yeah, I'm starting to think this skill may fit better on Y, just because. I usually, a little tip of like how I handle my skills for myself personally, I always put it on like slots that I usually use for one character. So like how like I would put it on like, it's complicated to explain, but it's like how some skills are similar with other characters, and I kind of go from there with like my shortcuts. What's this? Okay, anyways. The second door. Let's check the room to the right then. Maybe we'll get lucky. Great! Let's open the door on the right. Boo! Boo! There are chests in here too. I feel like I'm developing a chest phobia. Oh. Well, it's not moving. It's probably safe, right? My intuition tells me the second key's in one of these chests. This room is pretty big. Why don't we split up and search separately? I'll look over here. Open a box and rifle through the contents. For the most part, it's full of articles of clothing and musty yellow documents. An old glove catches your eye, the kind worn by a knight of the royal family. Oh? Adele, can't you just overlook my transgression? I'll leave this place. You'll never see me again. Please, just spare my life. We were tasked with his elimination. This man who was once a knight. He groveled on the ground, trembling in fear. For the crime of abusing your station as a knight and dishonoring the king. Her blade stood against the traitor's throat. Ah! Veronica! I'm your friend, Veronica. Please, won't you spare my life? It's not up to me. It is the platoon leader's duty to met out judgment. There was no hesitation. No motion, no thought of mercy. In one swift, fluid motion, it was over. The king's will is done. Let us return. I removed my soiled gloves. Oh wow, you already killed him. That's pretty cold. You really didn't even give it a second thought? I fulfilled my duties as a knight. That is all this was, a duty. This is it! Adele! Boo! I found the key! Adele. Adele? A memory. These gloves are just like the ones I was wearing then. I was on a mission. To eliminate someone? But why? Surely I was just carrying out justice, as was my duty as a knight. So why do I feel so guilty about the idea of telling Jerome what I saw? Did you remember something? More importantly, are you okay? I'm fine. Did you find the key? Then let's hurry onward. Are you sure you're alright? Even if I weren't, I would not allow it to affect our mission. Okay, let's go, Boo. Boo? Grace, another memory. Okay, the third door. If you're ready, I'll unlock the door. Hopefully we won't have any monsters pop out this time. Okay. Undoes the two locks in quick succession. With a little nudge, door glides open. Do you think there might be other items in here that'll help jog your memories? Oh, it looks like we're getting close to the tracking signal. Look, there's another room up ahead. Could this lead to an exit? Gold coins, jewels, and that's a king's crown. Oh dear. The way back has been sealed off. This can't be good. Oh. Is that hatch over there the only way out? But how do we get it open? Oh, this. Okay. Please give me scripts. Qualifications of a king. The boy carefully inspects the hatch and the items piled throughout the room before noticing an inscription on the crown. Those who will seek the crown must learn to sacrifice the few for the many. Art thou worthy of the throne? Based on what I've read about the royal family in my inspection, that hatch is probably a revolving door, but it's designed to let a single person through and never open again. One person could leave here with all the treasure they could carry, but their companions would end up among those skeletons. Wow, that's dark. Boo can just transform himself into an object and slip out of here with Jerome. The rational decision would be for me to remain behind. Once they are out of harm's way, I can safely unleash my full power and tear down the door. Once they're safely away, I'll find my own way out. I better tell Jerome to take Boo and leave. The crown is right. If I'm ever going to be king, I have to learn to sacrifice for the greater good. Well, but I'm not going to just go along with the choice someone else has laid out before me. A king doesn't follow, they lead. If I am to be worthy of the crown, then I've got to be a pioneer and walk my path. Let's blaze a new trail, one that sacrifices as little as possible. The big grand Jerome picks up a handful of jewels and throws them into the frame of the revolving door. Here, that should stop the door from closing long enough for all of us to escape together. Let's go. Perhaps I've underestimated him. Could this young man be a worthy heir to the crown? Ouch. I can't believe you. That was an absurd plan. What if it hadn't worked? I truly fear hanging around you is draining my intellect. Then I'll just have to become more like you. Right, Boo? Boo? Uh-oh. Based on the information I got from Laddie and Brooke, the Count's study should be to the right, but his servants will be on high alert because of all the noise we made getting in. Oh, I've got it! Boo, how about that trick you showed me? You can do it, right? Boo! What? Okay, let's look at a map. Oh boy. Wow, this is the whole underground, and here's like the place. The mansion, I mean. What was that other thing someone got? Oh, it's the cape. Ever so quietly. With the house on high alert, we'll need a distraction. Boo, I want you to sneak past the servants and then make some noise on the other side of the house to draw them away. Alright, Boo. Are you ready? If you see a servant approaching, transform yourself into something inconspicuous. We're counting on you. With Boo's aid, we made it to the Count's study. There we took position behind the curtains and lay in wait. It would seem, based on what's depicted in the restored painting, it looks like that key is needed to awaken the ancient god. There's not much time left until the arts festival, but perhaps that's our golden opportunity. One of their officers will certainly be in attendance. In any case, keep searching for the key. We must locate it before the end of the festival. I can count on you, can't I? Of course, Count. But do you think this plan is wise? If I interpret the painting's meaning correctly, meddling with the power of the gods, well, it would bring about a great calamity in Restonia. The kind of calamity which would destroy the entire kingdom. I'll only be handing the key over to them. Whether they choose to awaken him is none of my business. I'll do whatever it takes to secure my standing. Besides, what's my alternative? To live as peasants do? I can never survive such a cruel fate. So reassembling the painting was all just to locate the key. You monster. You would sell out your own kingdom? What is this ancient god, and why would they seek to awaken if it would mean the kingdom's destruction? And just who do they intend to turn the key over to? Meow, meow. What's wrong, Boo? Meow. You can't transfer her back now, Boo. There's no room. Can you hold in? That will be all, Simon. This troublesome affair has given me a headache. I think I'll turn in for the night. Very good, sir. Then I'll see you in the morning. Uh-oh. Intruders? You! Intruders! And there are intruders in the city! We've been discovered. The guards will be upon us soon. Uh-oh. I'll give Brooke the emergency signal. He turns to the broken window and whistles loudly. Oh, I didn't realize the window's broken. Moments later, flares launch from atop a nearby building, light up the sky with a bang. It seems Jerome's friends bought us the time we needed to escape. If we go out the window, we should be able to jump to the opposite rooftop. Whoa, what are you? Hold on tight. Ooh. Scoop Jerome up into your arms to leap out the broken window. Hey, Adele, could you put me down now? I can't go around picking up people up with no warning like that. It seems Boo's run off again. Yeah, okay. You can let me down now, Adele. The way forward will be perilous. The guards are no doubt looking for us. I will release you, but you must promise to stay behind me at all times. The intruders have leapt onto the manor ramparts. Go after them. We cannot let them escape. Oh boy. I love that. Surrounded. The way forward is flooded with guards. I don't think there's any chance but to force our way through. It's time to move. Stay behind me and keep close. I will protect you. Them all. Kidding. As per usual, Maplestory has the best music. One of the best music, I mean.
We've lost them. You're incredible, Adele. That was some of the best bodyguarding I've ever seen. When I'm king of Restonia, I'd like you to continue to serve as my knight. If you're up to it.
I feel dizzy. Did I overdo it? I've got to hold on. I can't lower my guard until we reach the hideout.
Adele? Adele!
So cold. I feel so far away from where I was before. Could all of that have been a dream? Everything I experienced in Restonia? Perhaps it's for the best. I never belonged there anyway. So why does it feel so urgent I go back?
Adele! 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 Wake up! Oh, now you're up. You know, it wasn't easy sneaking you past all those guards. Of course, once we were on the water, smooth sailing.
We're on a boat? I remember escaping, and then... Oh, that's right. I was lost in the void. But which is reality? This place, and the boy before me? Or the darkness? Am I still trapped within the void? Perhaps all this is an illusion.
What is it you're always thinking about?
What?
Sometimes, it's like you go somewhere else. Like you're 1,000 miles away. Like you've given up on everything and everyone that ties you to this world. And when I call out to you, you just stare right through me like I'm not even here. But I am here. I'm real. I can't imagine how hard it's been for you, waking up centuries away from the life you knew. The parts you can remember. But me and Boo are here for you. You can make a home here in Restonia. Sorry, was that too sentimental? It's just something I've been wanting to say to you. You walk around with this big weight on your shoulders. But you're not in this alone. Everything in this world happens for a reason. In my darkest hour, at the moment I needed you most, you appeared in my life. And maybe you need me too. What I'm trying to say is, I'll be here by your side. I may not be a knight, but when times are tough, I'll be there to protect you. Was that too much? That was definitely too much. The silence is getting awkward. I'd better hurry and change the subject. But wait, Adele is smiling. Adele, I hope you'll have more things to smile about in the future.
A few days later. Me? Protect Adele? Are you kidding? How could I have made such a bold proclamation? I can't believe I was so childish. What if Adele decides to leave? I nearly failed to protect Jerome. If I had lost consciousness any earlier... It seems that place still has a hold on me. Will recovering my memories finally free me from my prison? Okay, now that's even more curious. Like, what caused her to be in that circumstance in the first place? It's interesting how for both of the high floras now, because, you know, Ark is also high flora, except, like, well, yeah, he's a corrupted high flora. This girl here is, different, obviously. So what could have happened in her situation? Let me go get this. Get this tutorial stuff out of here. Okay. Okay. Wait, am I using? Yeah, I did. After action report. I'm afraid we couldn't find that key you asked us to look into, boss. We searched everywhere. But we did find an odd article in the newspaper you'll want to see. Take a look. Estonia Tribune Morning Edition. Tribune. Doesn't matter. I pronounce things weirdly sometimes. A festival of historic proportions. Inside the big art gala. A time-honored tradition, Restonia's Arts Festival begins in just 2 days. With artworks from around the kingdom set for display, the festival always draws a sizable crowd. But this year's event is surrounded by a special buzz. In an exclusive interview, the Count, I'm not saying his name for a reason, I mentioned it, revealed his hopes that the festival would outdo any in memory, and that his team of organizers had discovered a work that would lay bare shocking secrets from the kingdom's past. The theme of this year's festival is Past Meets Future. Shocking secrets from the kingdom's past? What could that mean? I'm not sure, but we heard the Count say he meant to use the festival as an opportunity to sell off the key. We had to stop him at any cost. The art festival begins. We had to get our hands on that key. Brooke, Laddie, have you guys learned anything about the arts festival? Well, the invites were only sent out to nobility, but I managed to get my hands on a pair. The dress code is super fancy, and it's a masquerade. Masks are non-optional. Also, word is the Count's planning to reveal his featured artwork at the end of the masquerade. Seems like he wants to make sure all the nobles get a good look at it. That's perfect! We can just walk in through the front door like invited guests. Let's start preparing to infiltrate the party. I want to have the bulk of our forces patrolling the streets on the day of the masquerade. There's no telling what the Count might do when things don't go according to his plans. Brooke, Laddie, and I will go get everything ready. In the meantime, you and Boo can just sit tight. Alright, Adele?
Did you see it, Simon? The legendary knight, here in my home. No doubt drawn here by my unsurpassed beauty. There can be no other explanation.
My goodness, you really are delusional, aren't you? Your precious knight was clearly in league with that sorry thief who broke into the residence.
My poor naive knight! Surely you've been misled or compelled somehow to assist that ruffian.
As for the boy, he looked quite familiar. So I did a bit of digging. You'll never guess what I discovered. It seems he's the last prince of Estonia.
What? But I thought there was no one left with blood ties to the throne.
As did I. But after seeing the portrait, I'm hard-pressed to come up with another explanation. The resemblance is uncanny.
Then could the boy be trying to steal my crown?
I can't say, but he certainly overheard our plan. So he may very well try to expose us to the people.
That certainly hastens our timeline. The key, did you find it? We must deliver it to the High Flora.
Well, about that.
I said before, it's like the clues, the tropes never lie. Well, I mean, it didn't outright say it, but you know, it was pretty obvious based on like circumstances at this point. I think that's kind of a thing with some things. It's like for me, it's easier to predict stuff the more I get into like over hundreds of different series. So yeah, I could talk more about this later. The Count's really spared no expense throwing together this event. I can't say I'm surprised after seeing the inside of his house. It's disgusting that one person should have so much while the people of the kingdom struggle every day just to get by. Someone like him should never have been allowed to amass such power. Don't you agree, Adele? Indeed. Being around Jerome has felt so awkward as of late. Perhaps it was seeing the void again, knowing that all of this can be stripped away in an instant. No, I can't afford to get distracted. The mission is all that matters. After all, when my work here is finished, my duty as a knight will be ended, and the two of us will go our separate ways. Boo! Boo! He ran off again. Is something wrong? There's no point trying to understand Boo. He always does whatever he wants. Anyways, I'd better get going. I've got to meet up with Brooke and Laddie to make sure everything's ready. Why don't you enjoy the art exhibit in the meantime? I'll come find you when the masquerade starts. And who knows? Maybe you'll find something that sparks your memory? Well, I'll see you in a little while. Before leaving to find his friends, the boy hands you a handsome, expensive-looking mask. But wait, they already went over to plan this afternoon. Perhaps I should heed Jerome's suggestion and look through the exhibit in hopes of restoring my memories. Should I head inside a residence? Sure. Well, I suppose if I must go inside, I should put on this mask to blend in with the crowd. Oh, we can wear it. Oh, that's nice. I wonder if I've ever been to such an event. I certainly feel ill at ease in this gaudy atmosphere. Ancient manuscripts, fragments of an old keep. Oh, dang it. I hate how it's automatic like that sometimes. Whatever, it'll be in the VOD. Wait, what's that? Oh. Don't suspect a thing. This pendant is a token identical to those presented to the knights who defended the previous god king in centuries past. It is said to have been modeled after gate to the royal palace. Centuries past, knights who defended the god king. Dozens of knights knelt, side by side. Their heads were bowed in solemn silence. I hereby proclaim you the Knights of the God King. The king presented a token to each knight symbolic of their oath. He signaled each to rise in turn, clapping them on the back joyfully. He seemed a strong-willed but benevolent ruler. Above all other duties, I entrust you all with the protection of the Einherjar? I feel like the J's silent-ish. Yes, your majesty. We live to serve. We swore an oath that day that we would give our lives for our liege. It was a pledge engraved on our very hearts. None of us could have ever imagined back then that it would be so carelessly trampled on the fields of battle. Why is reading about Night Stings make me think of the light novel I read a few days ago? The plaque refers to him as the previous God King. Does that mean he no longer lives? Looks like the masquerade is about to begin. Jerome said he'd be back by then. Perhaps I should wait for him in the ballroom.
I should have been here by now. Where is that boy?
I was about to say, it ain't the track familiar. Thanks for the follow.
Pardon me.
Hmm?
Would you care to dance? Surprised to see me?
Don't sneak up on me like that.
Nah, sorry. Anyways, will you dance with me? We've got to try and blend in with the party.
I don't dance.
Don't worry, I can teach you.
Seeing him dressed up like this, he actually looks rather dashing. It's hard to believe this is the same naive boy I've been following around all this time.
Hey, Adele.
Hmm?
There's something I've been meaning to tell you. I guess I was worried you wouldn't believe me. It's about my family. You see, Huh?
Jerome! I know he's nearby, but I can't see him among the crowd of arriving party guests.
Adele?
Did someone just place their hand on my shoulder? Jerome, what did I just tell you?
May I have this dance?
Oh? Another Flora.
It's been a long time, Adele. I'm surprised to see you out and about.
You know me?
Of course I know you. Poor Adele. Having memory troubles, are we?
Who are you?
Now where's the fun in telling you that?
Enough games. I could strike you down where you stand.
Same old Adele. Always thinking with your sword. Are you really going to attack me in front of all these people? I thought not. I'm glad to see you're making new friends here. You and that boy seem very close.
You'll stay away from him if you value your life.
Don't be such a grouch. I'm only here to say hello. What would be the point of fighting with you in your weakened state? When next we meet, you'd best have recovered your full strength. I want the real Adele, the Royal Knight. Got it? So step up your game, Adele. If you take too long, I just might have to play with your little boyfriend instead. Well then, I'll be seeing you.
Wait! With that, she vanished into the crowd. Before I could follow her, the Count appeared to make an announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming. I'm Count Cedric, and it has been my solemn honor to guide this great kingdom in the absence of our late king.
here to celebrate the commencement of our historic arts festival. Tonight, we have a selection of dazzling submissions from throughout the kingdom to share with you. Our presentation will begin momentarily.
Okay. That was an interesting turn of events. Hey. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, obviously the girl looks like the one in the first memory that we got in, and a bit random, but her voice actor sounds familiar. And then again, I said a number of the voice actors already sound familiar, but I don't know who they are because I haven't seen any announcements on Twitter, or I just don't look enough on Twitter to figure out. So, yeah. Anyways, okay. And also, for anyone joining, I do not say the Count's name because of certain reasons related to my family being home. So, yeah. The operation commences. Adele, there you are. I've been looking all over. They're going to reveal the artworks any minute. Are you ready? When they turn out the lights, we'll grab the key. Be ready to move when I give you the signal. If something goes wrong and I get caught, I want you to leave me and get out of here as fast as you can. Before I could respond, Jerome marched off into the crowd and vanished once more. The burden that boy carries seems especially heavy today. No, I thought it was going to be voiced. Aww. Thank you all for your incredible patience. I'm delighted to say the moment you've all been waiting for is upon us. Prepare to feast your eyes upon a most illuminating work. No room for mistakes. Ready, laddie? Of course, we've practiced it 1,000,000 times. 1, 2, 3. Oh dear. My apologies, everyone. We seem to be experiencing technical difficulties. The light should be restored momentarily, so please bear with us. Wait a second. This isn't a key. It's a painting. That's Father, the King of Estonia. Huh. Now I've got you. I should have heard the signal by now. Something's wrong. I'm going to get Jerome out of here. You work your way through the crowd in the darkness until you recognize Jerome's silhouette. You grab him by the hand to lead him away, only to discover it's as cold as ice. I don't think he grabbed his hand. Just as your eyes begin to focus to the darkness, a pair of metal shackles close around your wrist. You suddenly realize you're surrounded on all sides by the Count's guards. Why must such a happy day be tarnished by a sordid affair like this? Guards, take them away. It's still dark in here. Nah. Try to summon your blade, but find out the shackles have somehow nullified your magic. Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies for the brief disruption. It is time now to reveal our featured artwork, my own personal submission to the festival, The Fall of Kings. If I could have everyone's attention, I'd like to provide a little background on the painting before I unveil it. What makes this painting so compelling is that it lays bare a very uncomfortable truth about our fair Estonia. A truth that has been hidden for too long in the name of preserving the kingdom's honor. You see, it was a poor judgment of Estonia's last king that drove the realm to the edge of bankruptcy. Through this painting, the failures of the royal family have been immortalized for all to see. All of us must face and acknowledge this dark chapter in our kingdom's history. For it is only then that we will be able to move forward into the future, unrestrained by the shackles of the past. Using the word shackles, I see. No wonder everything was going so smoothly. The whole thing was a trap. Why didn't you tell me who you really were? If I had told you I was the prince, that would only have complicated things. And to be honest, it's not a title I'm particularly proud of. I really do want to save this kingdom. What better way to correct my father's mistakes? But I am sorry. All this is my quest, my responsibility. Never should have dragged you into it. Anyways, when the first opportunity presents itself, I want you to run. Don't worry about me. Just get out of here. The Count would force you to serve as his knight if he could, and that'd be more than I can bear. Ah, my dear legendary knight. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. My god, the music's loud. I returned to free you from the clutches of that meddling prince. I mean this petty thief. Ah, but first there are some matters I must see to. Until then, I beg of you, be patient. I'll come back for you soon. I'll never serve as your knight, if that's what you're after. Never. My, I'm not sure what awful lies this disreputable vagabond has been telling you, but I'll be happy to correct them when I return. Yeah, how about no? Enough of this. Why are you keeping us here? Such impudence. Do you not realize it's only by my good graces you still live? Both of you, please stop this. My shift is nearly over. Let's get to the point, shall we? I'd like you to accompany the Count. Are you going to kill me or something? Of course not. You're still of use to us. If your usefulness were to run out, however, that would be a different tale. Jerome! I just realized we don't know his full name. Ah! The level up! Why? Boo! 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 I just gained like 3 levels, didn't I? Sneak through the corridor. Boo! Boo! Are you here to aid me? Boo! Boo! Do you think you can undo these shackles? Boo! Boo began to spin about, shrinking as he went, until he had transformed himself into a small key. After a fussing about inside the lock of it, he managed to undo the shackles. Boo! Good work, Boo. Okay. Yeah, I leveled 3 times. Oh, no, twice and then another time. Well, let's do the second job advancement. Escaping the mansion. Now that I can summon my blade, I can leave this place. The exit is surely guarded. My best bet for escaping undetected is to break the window and climb out that way. Boo, please lead me to Jerome. Boo! The prisoner has escaped! What are you just standing around for? Go after them! Boo! 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 What's wrong, Boo? Have you lost Jerome's trail? Time is running short. I must find Jerome before the Count decides. Oops. I tapped out. I must find Jerome before the Count decides he's no longer of use. When I'm king of Estonia, I'll make this city a wonderful place to live, just as it once was. I'm not going to just go along with the choice someone else has laid out before me. A king doesn't follow, they lead. I really do want to save this kingdom. What better way to correct my father's mistakes? I made a pledge to protect Jerome. I won't just let him die. This was the very spot where I agreed to be his knight, and it was here where I emerged from the void, the day we first met. Okay. I'm level 30! Okay, here we go. Second Sword's Calling. The night statue atop the fountain begins to glimmer with golden light. You hear a faint murmur on the wind. Is that coming from the statue? Should I approach it? Is that a voice I hear coming from the statue?
You who are beloved by the sword, rekindle the flames of your oath. Its light is the only weapon that can defeat the darkness.
This is the voice I heard by the fountain the day I first met Jerome. The voice that told me to summon my blade. This light, it feels like a beacon, breaking through the cloud of darkness that is my mind. As you reach out, touch a mysterious light. Vision from the past floods to the surface.
Defend the gate! Crush the traitors!
The floor.
Ah! For the king! The gate must not fall!
There's only 10 of us left. If this keeps up, they'll break through in no time. No, I can't let it end like this. I must defend the gate! Is this the extent of your loyalty? Did your oaths mean nothing? How can you so casually betray all the knights stand for?
Begin something within you. Did I fail to protect my liege all those years ago? I don't want to fail another. I can't lose Jerome. Interesting. Trigger skill. What's this? Oh, new medal. Oh right, I attacked. Also, we're level 30, and it seems this event's going on too, so let's do that. Okay, we got a little boo and equipment. Get equipment. Use and edit, etc. I'll use the weapon for now. Just the weapon, I mean. Okay, that's timed. Huh. What does this do? Okay, that's definitely gonna be a key right there. Let's put this one here. I'll just level up more and then figure out what to do. So we'll take this off. Okay. Where is Jerome? As the statue's glow fades, a strand of light slips from your closed palm and charts a winding course to the north. Curious, should I follow this light? Perhaps it can only be activated by one with direct royal lineage. Simon, bring the boy over here. What is he trying to do? The ancient key. It looks just like it did in the painting. I was starting to think the Count made the whole thing up to lure me into his trap. I'm not going to let you get away with this. You still haven't learned your place in my kingdom, have you? You're not a prince. You're no one. You're some petty back alley thief. Royal blood no longer means anything in Restonia. Then how did the key open? If it doesn't matter. So why not accept it? Go quietly to your grave and spare me your jabbering. I'll say this for you. Your sad little life wasn't completely in vain. After all, without you, I could never have gotten my hands on the ancient key. Hey, you're that legendary knight? You escaped the Count's soldiers? After the boss got nabbed, we were hot on the Count's trail, just waiting for the right moment to save the day. But when the boss spotted us following him, he signaled us to go back to the Count's mansion. We thought he was telling us to go save you. So instead of saving the boss, we've been going to rescue somebody who didn't even need our help. The Count, where has he taken Jerome? Well, we can't be completely sure, but they were headed in the direction of the old keep. Now that we know you're okay, we can all rescue the boss together.
I'm coming, Jerome.
Don't let her through!
Huh?
Trum was waiting for us on the other side of these ramparts. Moo! My god, I love that. That is awesome. Of course, sorry if the mouse was in the way. It can't be helped. Why does it feel like I could sit in a chair? Whatever. To the spire. My only way forward is to clear a path through the Count's soldiers. They are all that stands between me and saving Jerome. chance to beat all these guys and save him. What is this skill anyway? A trigger skill hits deals damage. Okay, let's keep going. Our King Knightship, we made it. Climb up the spire and save the boss. We'll stay here and make sure none of the Count's reinforcements get through. I see. Then fight well, my friends. Meanwhile...
You have no right to decide the fate of the kingdom!
Why is this only part way?
Oh, really? And I suppose that you pretend you're some kind of hero, but the truth is you covet my power. You would depose me and crown yourself King of Restonia.
Kinda not the real ruler anyway, so...
Do you know how hard I've worked to wrest control of this land from lesser men? To surrender the throne to some brat because he's got blood ties to a failed king!
Is this how it ends? After all I've done to save this land from the Count's greed? Is he really going to get away with his betrayal? If you can hear my desperate plea, please, save me, Adele. Huh?
Jerome! I, Adelaide, knight to Jerome, the last prince and rightful heir of Restonia, have come to fulfill my oath.
What is this? Okay, this... Okay. A noble man.
My dear legendary knight, are you truly intent on following this pitiful street urchin to his grave? You would choose him over me, one who has beauty, brilliance, power, and wealth. What could he possibly offer you that I could not?
Personality.
Release him.
The blood of the kings means nothing! I am superior to this gutter rat by every measure imaginable!
It has nothing to do with blood. One whose ego is so fragile that they spend every waking moment thinking only of themselves has no right being king. That is why I could never accept you as my liege.
How dare you! I won't sit here and listen to this nonsense! Perhaps when this brat is gone, you'll come to your senses. Simon, I'll trust you to handle this disruption. this boy and I have unfinished business.
Hold it right there, Count!
If you wish to stop Master Cedric, you'll need to get past me.
They're really saying this is someone who's actually really powerful? Wow.
The Count is taking Jerome to the top of the spire. Looks like I've no choice but to hurry and deal with this butler.
I mean, have you seen the cutscene? Like, have you seen what she can do? Like, really? The logic of these characters, they're like, you can't defeat any of these people. Defeats them. They're like, well. Okay, right, continuing on. For your liege. My shift was supposed to have ended hours ago. Let's make this quick, shall we? I was hired to be the man's butler, not his knight. I think when all this is over, it's only fitting I tendered my resignation. Is that just a plate he's whacking me with, technically?
I knew this job would be the death of me. Who will read the Master's bedtime stories?
Oh my god, really?
I think that's the last of the Count's soldiers. We stopped them! We really did it!
I think our knight friend did most of the work wiping out the soldiers in the spire.
I hope they're both okay.
No, not again. I can't go back now. I have to hold on. I have to save Jerome.
Simon, you must be quite some butler to weaken the legendary knight as much as you have. All that remains is to hand this key over to the High Flora, and then my beautiful throne will be safe at last.
The Flora?
It seems all those stories about the power of the legendary knight were grossly exaggerated.
I'm fading again. Into the void. Is it because I've exhausted my magic reserves?
Are you so intent on protecting this boy that you would risk your own life? Very well. Then follow him to the gates of hell!
He's going to throw Jerome over the edge. I have to get up. I have to stop him.
Ah! Well, I'll be off then.
Jerome! Must I once again stand powerless to act as my liege is taken from me? No, not this time. I will never be helpless again!
You who are beloved by the sword, rekindle the flames of your oath. Its light is the only weapon that can defeat the darkness.
I'll save you, Jerome, even if it takes all of the strength left within this body. A little faster.
Adele, you can fly? I told you to leave me behind because I wanted to protect you, but I'm really glad you came for me. Thank you for being my knight. And for giving me faith. If you'd never come along,
under attack?
Adele, those are fireworks from the festival. Just relax and enjoy them. Beautiful, aren't they?
I suppose.
I've never seen fireworks from a place like this before. I don't think I'll ever forget this moment. I'll have to remember to brag about this to Brooke and Laddie.
I don't think I've ever seen you smile like this, Jerome. It seems these fireworks are a happy thing. I'm not sure I see it, but I never used to smile before I met you. Being with you gives me hope that perhaps even someone like me is worthy of happiness.
You wouldn't believe it to see me now, but just a few days ago, I was the most important man in the Kingdom of Ristonia.
Yeah, we kind of don't care about you.
But it seems my finances could not keep up with the lifestyle I justly deserved. Now, with the debts incurred by the Arts Festival, my fellow noblemen are intent upon wringing their due from my beautiful corpse, if need be. Thankfully, I have a way out.
I just realized those are Flora soldiers because of the Cernium storyline months ago.
I need only deliver this key to a high Flora officer, and in a few days' time, I'll be back on top where I belong. Sorry I'm late. I ran into a bit of trouble on the way over. But don't worry. I have your prize right here. Can it be? Nowhere in all the heavens did I think I'd ever encounter a beauty to rival my own. Tell me, oh angel, what is thy name?
I was told you had something to give me. Where is it?
Oh, yes, as you wish. Within this box lies the treasure you seek. One might say the key to your ambitions. Allow me to open it for you. With the surrender of this key, I secure the life of luxury I've always dreamed of. Why, it's so lovely I could kiss it. Wait a moment. Did this key always have a face?
Oh my god.
Huh? What? This isn't my key. Where is it?
Are you kidding me?
There seems to have been a mistake. If you could just give me a few days to set things right.
What a waste of my time. Take him away.
My lady, please. Surely we can work this out.
It seems he failed to secure the key. What a pity. I cannot protect him any longer. You may do with him as you see fit.
Fine. I'll leave it to you then. Do me a favor, will you? No more screw-ups.
I'll continue to investigate the key's whereabouts.
I'll see you again soon, Adele. I hope you're prepared. Next time, things won't end quite so well for you.
Her expressions are so similar to Lucid's, even though they're clearly different people. They call this monument the Heroes of the People. It seems when they heard about what the uprising did to stand up to the Count, the people of Ristonia all pitched in to have it built. Of course, it was actually you who defeated the Count's soldiers. Still, it's an acknowledgement of everything we've worked to achieve. The first step on the road to ensuring that Ristonia will never again submit to the will of a tyrant. Whatever happened to the real key? It's right here in my pocket. You learn a lot of useful skills growing up on the streets. The Count was so distracted with his own speeches, he didn't even notice when I swiped the key from him. Ew. You played your part well too, Boo. Good job. As long as we can keep this key out of the wrong hands, Restonia is safe. That's why I plan on taking it far away from here. I'm supposed to meet up with everybody to celebrate at the Uprising hideout. We can say our goodbyes for after. Jerome, we finished redistributing all the riches and treasures the nobles left behind when they skipped town. I don't think I'd have believed the extent of their wealth if I hadn't seen it myself. Boss, are you really leaving us? Take us with you. Without the Uprising, who will defend the Kingdom of Restonia? Someone has to stay and lead them. I've already made up my mind. Only Boo will be accompanying me upon my training mission. The situation in Restonia may be calm for now, but that can change in the blink of an eye. I want the Uprising to stay vigilant and ensure that doesn't happen. Got it? If you say so, boss. Come back and visit us once in a while. Don't worry, we'll keep the kingdom safe while you're gone. Good luck on your mission. Well, then I leave Restonia to all of you. Oh, Brooke, Laddie, can you fill Adele in on what I asked you to look into? High rise. What's this? Okay, we also leveled up. Let's go get this stuff unlocked. Let's put on N and this on A. Steal your mind to project magic, suspending you in the air for a short time and allowing you to use aerial skills. Use a skill in the air. Command lock right click. I'm gonna look. Ooh, interesting. Okay, let's go finish up this quest until we like probably are not in this general area anymore. Because I will be ending the stream pretty soon anyway. Okay, wrapping the investigation. But don't worry, I will continue tomorrow for more of this because I do want to play this class. Before you go on your own merry way, we thought we'd scrounge up a little information that might be helpful to you in your journeys. Okay, so basically, okay, this is just a bunch of information. That's fine because, you know, it adds a little bit more lore to Maplestory, so let's go look at all these. Encyclopedia of Grandis, Volume 4. The realm of Grandis contains many populated worlds. Among its most common races are the Flora, Anima, and Nova. The Flora are believed to be the most populous of these, and control much of the settled territories. The realm of Grandis is protected and sustained by 3 omnipotent beings known as Transcendents. Garen Darmor, the Transcendent of Life. Chronica, the Transcendent of Time, which we actually don't know much about other than her power. Their powers are stolen. And Iona, the Transcendent of Light, which is... The situation is talked about, let's say that, in Arcane River. Garen Darmor is also the reigning God King of the High Flora. It is said that when the two were unable to reach a compromise, Darmor imprisoned Chronica and stole the Transcendent's power. The fallen Transcendent is said to dwell now in a place called the Chronica Sanctuary. And nothing of Iona's current status or whereabouts is known. Oh, Okay, so this is technically, I guess, before Arcane River, like everything else. Tristan called Juran Darmor. It's clear he is the successor of the God King I served, but I can't recall ever having heard of him. Oh, we know, actually not related to this, but we do know what he looks like now. Goodness. A History Volume XX1X. I think, I don't know what this says, but I know if it's Roman numeral, I don't know what the double X's mean. I know the last one could be 9, for all I know. In ages past, the High Flora and Verdant Flora were one people. However, escalating social tensions and differing philosophies would eventually divide the race into the two factions known today. Sadly, this schism was fated to develop into full-fledged civil war. When the previous God King was slain by the Verdant Flora, both groups took arms. Of course, we learned that that's not true. The Verdant Flora didn't do that. The war was cruel and bloody, and when just as the violence reached its peak, Garin Darmor, the Prince of the High Flora, awakened as the Transcendent of Life. With his overwhelming power, he laid waste to the Verdant Flora. A long and bloody civil war between the High Flora and the Verdant Flora. Could that be the battle I saw in my memories? Don't know. The interdimensional portal is a gateway that can be used to travel between dimensions. It is said to be a rift in reality formed when one transcendent upset the balance of nature by stealing the power of another. It is believed that Darmor himself has traveled through the portal. Darmor's situation's weird considering Cernium's storyline. There are actually several such portals scattered throughout Grandis. According to rumor, one of these portals can be found within Pantheon's Great Temple. The portal there is said to be linked to a realm known as Maple World. Extracted from the Shadow Dealer's intelligence hub. Maple World is said to exist in a separate realm from Grandis. The land is believed to be a wild frontier, ripe for adventure. Maple World is also said to have its own transcendence of light, time, and life. The Transcendent of Light, known as the Black Mage, once attempted to destroy Maple World long ago. But he was sealed away by 5 legendary heroes. Actually 6, but, you know, sacrifice happened. However, there are signs that he may soon awaken to menace Maple World once more. Okay, same hub. A wild frontier ripe for adventure. Perhaps it's the perfect place to embark on a training mission of my own. Pandemonium and Pantheon? What's this? A couple of odd children have been hanging around Pantheon. They have... It's the Verdant Flora, isn't it? They had pointy ears and strange wings. The council leader was furious with them and kicked the kids out. Apparently, they went there intent on traveling through the interdimensional portal. Rumors from Pantheon. Pointy ears and wings. Okay, that's a typo. Could these children be Flora? And why were they trying to travel to another dimension? Oh yeah. Ilium's storyline, as far as I remember, is to find something like a relic or something, I think. Relic Gate. I don't know. If there are several of these interdimensional portals, surely they must have had a reason to travel to the one at Pantheon. Perhaps they intended to defect from the Flora? I wonder if they can tell me something about me or my time. Can't read. High Flora Knights. Grandis History Volume 14, I think? See, I don't read Roman numerals, and I don't want to get started with this one game not using the correct Roman numerals at all, so... The seat of the God King had long been protected by the extraordinary knights in his service. However, this practice ended with the reign of the previous God King. The knights vanished about the same time the previous God King died. It is believed that most of the knights perished in the insurrection, but little can be determined for sure. Few records from the time of the incident are publicly available. The disappearing of the King's Knights. Perhaps I'll discover more about my own past by looking into their fates. Ooh, interesting. Okay. I know that I was one of the King's Knights, and that I fought in the Civil War before being sealed away. But I have nothing to go on but my fragmented memories. Surely there is someone out there who can provide me with answers about my past. Oh boy, that was a lot to read. Ooh, that's a cute outfit. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of things. Obviously, if you played the other storylines, you would actually know what is going on. Of course, I didn't do playthroughs of all of them. Now, speaking of which, I should probably do playthroughs of some of them so I could, you know, like, kind of have it recorded for, like, you know, the future. So yeah, yeah, we had a mention of Ilium, yeah, the Verdant Flora. Okay, so basically there's this, like, official webcomic attached to Maplestory about the flora. And in there, I don't know if it's mentioned in the game. It probably was, and I wasn't paying attention, but it was confirmed that Darmor was the one who actually killed the king, not the Verdant Flora. They did not do it. It was to frame them and then start the Civil War. And also, what else is there? Oh yeah, and also Darmor's case. If anyone remembers the Cernium storyline, Aaron, the Flora with the torn wings, is Darmor himself. However, it ends on an interesting cliffhanger because it seems like what he said was genuine. Like, wait, what was he said? He said something as like I hate the Flora as much as you do. So what could this mean, is the question. Well, I hope something happens in KMS soon so we could at least, like, get some story within the next year, within the year's time, I guess. Anyways, a fine farewell. Well, what do you think, Adele? Was any of the information Brooke and Laddie drugged up helpful? Yes, I believe I have a clear vision of where I should be headed next. You've already decided? That other realm, this Maple World. I will go there and seek answers regarding my past. You're traveling to another dimension? I suppose that means we won't be seeing very much of each other. I'll be really sad to see you go, but if it's for a good cause, it can't be helped. If there's anything our journey together has made clear, it's that I'm nowhere near ready to assume the throne. That's why I've resolved to embark on my training mission alone. I have to learn to depend on myself. Consider your contract as my knight fulfilled. You're free to go. I'm sure you have your own goals you want to achieve, right, Adele? Brooke and Laddie should be able to help you with your search for your lost memories. They have connections both within and beyond this kingdom that will be of use to you. By the way, this is a skill you can use to... Okay. Return to Restonia. Whenever you feel homesick during your training, feel free to come back and visit. Also, I'd like you to hold on to the knight's token I gave you. I meant what I said before. When the day comes that I'm ready to be king, I'd like you to once again serve as my knight. I promise next time we meet, I'll have grown a little wiser and a little stronger. Thank you so much for all your help, Adele. I'll see you again, Jerome. Until we meet again, Adele. Boo! I'll miss you too, Boo. I hope that you accomplish that dream of yours, and I respect what you're setting out to do. But should you ever find yourself in peril, you need only call out my name. Wherever you are, I'll find you. Also, what is with these pets? So many people trying to get pets right now, like, from the Wonderberry. Another world. 1. Boss, I never really made much of all that talk about your dream of becoming king, but after everything we've been through together, I'm sure now that you'll be a great one. Oh, my throat. It was your leadership that united the uprising to save this kingdom, even if you botched an operation from time to time. Brooke, this is no time to criticize the boss. Just say he has lots of room for improvement. Is that not the same thing? Anyways, is there anything you want us to look into while you're gone? I'd like you to continue looking into the God King's Knights. I think we've dug up everything there is to find out. But we'll keep looking into it. I can pay you for your efforts. Come on, we can't accept any payment from you. You're the boss's knight. Just leave it to us. So where will you go now? To another dimension. If you want to travel to Maple World, you'll have to go to the Great Temple in Pantheon. But be careful, that place is hostile to Flora. The best way to Pantheon is by way of Savage Terminal. Torbil in the town square should be able to take you there. Torbil, I see. Then I'll be on my way. Goodbye, Legendary Knight. We'll reach out to you when we found something. Okay, Pantheon's Great Temple. Okay, so we're almost at a point where we pretty much do whatever we want, so that'll be when I stop. I'm guessing just other maps for, like, the alleyway, so for, like... I'm guessing there was a lot of people when this class first launched last night, so it got really crowded. Okay, I want to sell all this extra stuff. I don't sell the level 30 stuff, I'm pretty fine anyway. Okay, let's just do... I don't care. Oh, we'll be fine. It's fine. Famous last words. Okay. At this point, I don't think I have to read, so... Okay. Some form of energy barrier and numerous armed guards. I doubt I'll be able to get out of here without trouble. We have an unauthorized entry. This pointy ears. I have Flora? Must be an enemy spy. They all assume, like, right for all the playable Flora classes. This pointy-eared venom just don't quit. Our enemies sent a spy? Just what are they up to this time? I'm pretty sure even if a spy comes in here, they wouldn't be this obvious. Perhaps this is the perfect opportunity to find out. Why don't we ask them precisely what they're doing here? My eyes aren't what they used to be, but unless I'm mistaken, you are a High Flora Knight. Why have you come to Pantheon? I've come here to travel through the interdimensional portal. That is all. And what business do you have traveling to another dimension? That's all you have to say for yourself. Don't you realize you're outnumbered? This is a waste of time. Let's just get rid of them. I have no intention of sharing my life story in front of all these strangers. But if I can't find a way to reason with these people... I don't believe our visitor is a spy. They have to be an awfully poor one to walk in through the front door. That's exactly what I said! Leave us, please. I'd like to speak to the outsider alone. Okay. Argue amongst themselves? Okay. This way, child. I will lead you into the Great Temple. If you try anything, Flora, you won't live to regret it. I mean, I don't blame them for because, you know, everyone doesn't like Flora already, so. Now that we have a bit of privacy, perhaps you could tell me a little about what you're doing here? There's something I seek in the other realm. I see. And might that something perhaps be your past? A knight will emerge from the dark, and with the light as her compass, make their way to the sanctuary of the dragon. This prophecy was delivered unto me only days ago. It is clear to me now you are that knight. It is true, I was locked away in the void for countless years. I awoke not long ago in the kingdom of Restonia. Okay. We tell the priestess. Facing your past may bring you great pain, but if you can survive this trial, you will emerge stronger than before. You'll forgive me for further delaying your journey, my dear, but I must be sure that heart of yours is filled with good intent before I allow you to leave this place. The old woman gazes gently into your eyes, and you find yourself suddenly transfixed. Inside of you beats a noble heart. Yes, you may be relentless in the face of injustice, but I sense you would never willingly do harm to the innocent. Yes, I'll allow you to pass through the interdimensional portal. But it would be remiss if I did not first point you in the right direction. Okay. Yeah. And also, like, as we read in the document stuff, yeah, the Verdant Flora, when he arrived, they immediately were like, no, go, leave us, or something. And if I remember correctly, when Ark came through, obviously it was weakened, they clearly didn't, like, they see that he's a Flora, but they knew he wasn't kind of part of them because he was kind of messed up, you know, corrupted. So, yeah. Again, distracted. Which character would I want the relay box for when I get it? Oh, we'll worry about that later. I'll worry about it later. Another world too. The Elven Bowman as seen up here serves as a guide to new adventures arriving in Maple World. You will do well to seek her out when you arrive. Well then, are you ready to leave? Okay. There's something I'd like to ask you before I depart. Has anyone else from this land already traveled through the interdimensional portal? A curious question. Oh, this would probably help with timeline idea. You will discover the answer on your own in good time. Okay, thanks. I was gonna say, I'm assuming everyone else has passed through here timeline-wise, so she's like the latest person we know of. Thank you for allowing me safe passage. I'll be going now. Things seem dire for a moment, but it appears I'll be allowed to travel to that other realm. I owe my travels there might jog loose memories I've forgotten. That's a typo. Oh wait, no, it's reversed. I think it's supposed to say, might jog the loose memories I've forgotten. So this is Maple World, a land in another dimension. It's more serene than I expected. Looks like we have yet another strange visitor. This man has probably seen so many people come out of that gate by now, that portal by now, that it's like, well, it's just another day. Are you an explorer from another dimension? Who are you? Why, I'm the best pilot in Maple World. Huh, I see. What is a pilot? I swear there's probably memes out there. Like, probably not too many memes, considering how small the Maplestory base is. But I could just imagine someone probably, like, doing a meme about Adele not being aware of technology. You're probably heading to the Bowman Instructs... Okay, yeah. School... Yeah, okay. A school where you know, a new friend... Okay. I'm pretty sure we already know this. You might consider going over to chat with her. It appears... Okay, this is pretty much somewhat identical dialogue stuff. Okay. wise to seek guidance. Should head to the school, meet with the... Yeah, we meet with her. Let's get this quest done and I'll end the stream. I'll still keep playing, but I wanted to get this done real quick. I'll obviously play more of this character on stream because I do want to record the story as it goes on. I'm also getting closer to a point where for Young, I should really start recording him, recording playability soon, because his level 200 quest is actually very interesting. So I really want to get him to level 200 to record that. Okay. Latest visitor from the other dimension. It's Adele, isn't it? When else and where to expect you? 80 Maple World. Okay. I won't read anymore. It's pretty okay. Something you want to achieve. Intertwine with the lives of everyday people. Okay, basically stuff. Want to live a long life before you get back to me. Basically do quest. Because that would benefit your help. Okay. When you interact communities in need. Okay, so basically it's saying you could go to these 4 areas. To do quests. I decide which... Okay. And I think that's it. Okay. I'm a bit exhausted. Also, while I'm at it, let's go get myself in this guild. Can I request? I guess I can't. Oh, did I mess up on something? I probably did. Dang it. Oh. No, I have to be... God dang it. I can't join yet. I have to be level 101 before I add this character to the guild. I didn't even read. Ah, that's fine. It's fine. I'll probably be in level 100 tomorrow anyway, so... Anyways, that'll be all for today's stream. That was a lot of reading, but to be fair, these tutorial story stuff are very, dialogue heavy, so it kind of makes sense. It's, a lot of reading. So yeah, I did all that. It was the main focus for today. There's probably a lot more I could talk about, but I do have to refresh myself on some things related to the storylines. And, yeah. Also, I don't know if I said this before, but the Grande storyline is my favorite, in this entire, the Grande stuff is my favorite part of Maplestory. And, after the whole Black Mage is defeated, we are now full focused on, Grandes, because this will add into Darmore's, situation, I bet. Yeah. Especially after Cernium, because it's Cernium, Aaron's Darmore, and his situation is weird. His wings are torn, and he says he genuinely speaks true that he hates the Flora just as much as the Nova, I guess, somewhat. It's interesting. So I hope we get some idea of what's going on there. Oh, yeah, and also definitely gonna play this character on stream for a while because I want to get this quest done. And my guess is that we're not gonna get it done until level 200. But that's fine. That's fine. And also, I will be back to the normal setup. Because this setup I have on the screen now is mostly for story stuff. And then I switch back with chat and other stuff, but yeah. Anyways, I've been going on for 3 hours. Anyways, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all in the next stream.